It's ironic how it was at your alma mater.
That is ironic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Rutgers is a great place to be a hoe.
Yeah, that's and you know. They
call it Sluckers, but
no, but you,
waiting for the claps.
Hey.
I don't want the clap. Let's not bring that back. Yo, what is really good?
You don't know how to act.
That was good. That was good. I'm so excited to be here, y'all, for another episode of Act Up. I had to sing it because I was about to cough, so I had to sing it. That was Act Up with me, obviously. Alana J, actor, comedian, teacher. You already know. Wherever you are tuned in, please tell a friend, subscribe, smash that like button. That's what the bros say. Smash it. Smash that shit. And then go smash something or one. Do whatever you want. It's your world. I just live in it. I don't know what is going on. It's a silly day. I'm feeling extra giddy, and I'm so happy to be here at Bravery Studios, New Jersey's #1 podcast recording studio. And in the corner, on the couch, no casting, I'm gonna keep him laughing. Oh my God, let me stop. What is wrong with me today? You know him.
Got bars.
Bars, yo. You know him. You love him. He is a fellow. What do we call ourselves? Braves? Bravers? We can't be the Braves. Bravehearts? We gotta find the right B word. Nonetheless, This is the most non-linear intro ever. He is the host of First Class, Second Place. Cause we first class and we second place. Cause we first class, then we second place. Cause we first class, then we second place. Second place,
get out of my face. Hurt.
You memorized my song.
How could I
well,
not?
It's really your song. It's really your song.
It's our song now.
Did I say your name yet?
No, I don't think so. A man that needs no introduction. Who doesn't deserve an introduction.
He's just first class, second place, y'all. And it is the one and only Jason Enrique.
Thank you for having me back. This is special. I love you, Alana. I just want to say that. I want to get that out of the way.
Stop it. I love you too, Jason Enrique. People don't know we go way back like a tight wife beater in a wave cap.
Hey, I mean, that's how, that's way back.
Way. Mm-hmm. Way back. I mean, if they listen to your other episode, then they would know. But, you know, I'm going to pick things up from the present and assume that they don't. So go back and listen to the other one and learn more. But you're about to learn a lot today.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Without further delay, we're going to bring out and play Palabras.
Let's go. As the kids say, let's fucking go.
Is that what LFG is really what they say?
Yeah, hashtag LFG.
They say LFG, let's be honest.
Yeah, they say hashtag LFG.
They don't do syllables no more. Syllables are becoming very antiquated. Multi-syllable words, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Pretty soon they're just going to be like,
we're becoming idiocracy.
It went from mumble rappers to rumble talking.
Ay, Dios mío.
These kids will never know.
Listen.
I'm already putting my age out there.
Let's get to the game.
Let's do it.
Before I cry a Denzel tear. Okay, so Jason I'm gonna give Jason words, and he's gonna give me the first word or thought that comes to mind. Are you ready to play Palabras? These are supposed to be nouns, but I don't think this thing knows what nouns are. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Clock's on the board.
1 minute on the clock.
Thank you, Steve. Steve is in the booth today.
What up, Steve? The best beard at Bravery.
All right, let's focus. We gotta play the fucking game.
Let's
Ready?
do it.
3, 2, 1. Interest.
None.
Damn. Damn's not the next one. Study.
Hard.
I like that. Clash.
Fight.
Deck.
On.
Key.
I got him.
I got him. Indoor.
Outdoor.
Deviation.
Drawing a blank.
Architecture.
Structure.
Smash.
That button.
Share.
Always.
Voyage.
Adventure.
Castle.
King.
El Rey. Arrow.
Broken.
Magnitude.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Is that it was Endure. Endure.
Oh, endure.
No,
okay,
I'm not,
okay.
I don't like to correct people because it's interesting to me what they
yeah.
think I'm saying. You know, like I'm not about to correct. 'Cause
I like that name, that word actually.
listen,
endure,
perfection is a symptom of white supremacy, and we're not doing that. So
Hey.
we're gonna go off what we hear. I know bars. We'll get into that. I'll unpack that maybe in another episode. I'll do a paper and dictate. Emphasis on the dick. Just kidding. I'll dictate the paper.
Coming in hard, huh?
Gosh.
Emphasis on hard.
We are so silly today. Did you learn anything about yourself from playing palabras?
I need to read more.
Girl, I know you're not a girl, but girl. Wasn't it funny how Smash was one of them, and we just talked about smashing that button?
Uh-huh.
I love how you
That's
did
also
that.
shameless plug. Like, smash that like button.
Yeah.
Subscribe. You already
Thank
know
you.
all that stuff.
Thank you for doing the promo because I'm bad at promoting myself sometimes.
I think your personality is your promo already. It sells. It sells.
Jason Enrique. Every time you say something that flatters me, I'm gonna sing to you.
That's fine.
Is that okay?
Of course.
I should ask you for your consent to serenade.
I think the world needs your voice.
I think.
Literally and figuratively.
Oh my God, that's so deep on so many levels. Like on the epidermis level, on the other dermis level, the one beneath it. I don't remember. I should know.
Just being honest. That's all I'm being.
You're the best. Okay, so now it's my turn to make things up.
Okay.
Originally, I started this not as an improv, but I was like, you know what? I feel like it works that way. Like, you guys do a thing, the first thing that comes to mind, and then I do a thing, the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
All right. But I know you, so this is going to be hard for me to ask questions maybe that I don't know. But here we go. Ready,
know.
Steve? We got another minute on the clock. It's the hamburguesa timer. They can't see it, but we can.
Yeah. It also doesn't help I'm hungry, but yeah, let's do this.
I know, me too. I ate 3 Lenny and Larry's cookies. No, I didn't. I ate 2 packs of Lenny and Larry's cookies. That's a lot of calories. I ate a lot of calories on the way here. I'm Catholic. I have to snitch on myself. Okay.
All right. Let's do
All
this.
right. 3, 2, 1. Are you religious?
No.
I figured. When did you lose your virginity?
I was a late bloomer, 20 years old.
Wow! Should we talk about it? Not
Sure.
now. Did you love her?
Yes.
Oh, mira, that's Jason Enrique for you. He full of love. Okay. What was your favorite job you've had so far?
Ooh. I would have to say my first driving job when I was 18.
Okay. Truck driving?
No, just regular driving.
What do you listen to? I know the answer to this. What do you listen to when you're driving?
Music. Music and sports radio.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say podcasts. What's your favorite food?
Chicken Parmesan.
Who is your hero? Biggest hero?
My grandfather.
Oh, I love that. Ah! I saw the 2 seconds go down and I got nothing left.
Oh.
Steve, give me claps. I need validation. I need to know I did a good job. Aww. Look at you clapping like a seal. It's so cute.
I gotta watch out for J-Lo.
That was so funny. What do you listen to? You're like, music.
I have to give myself a break from podcasts every now and then, you know?
I thought you were gonna say podcast because you
Right.
you listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, well, that's actually one of the benefits of my job. For anybody that doesn't know, I am a podcaster and I am an actor, sometimes director, but I do have a 9 to 5, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it. But my 9 to 5, I'm a truck driver, so I'm always on the road.
You got benefits?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, just started a new job, so it's waiting for it to kick in.
Okay, hashtag
Yeah,
blessed. Keep going.
But it's gonna happen. But
Yeah.
one of the benefits of being on the road to get myself entertained, listen to sports radio, listen to podcasts, and I think that's why I've been able to consistently listen to yours, to mine, to other people that we know that are podcasters, and that's how I'm able to keep my eye on the ball or my ear to the street, however you want to put it. And but at the same time, it's a great way to keep on supporting the people that I love. So yeah, it works out.
And Jason will text you when your episode drops and let you know, listen, I heard it and it was lit, or it wasn't lit and it was shit. Whatever it may be, he will tell you. I feel like he's usually complimentary. I have to burp again.
Go ahead, do it.
But
that's your brand. I'll join you.
Oh my God.
A little solidarity.
a little. Is this gonna be a new bit, a burp off? Me and my brother used to do burp offs. That's why I'm disgusting.
I think I'm worse.
Well, because I had to keep up with him. Yum. What it tastes like? Chicken?
Oreos.
Ooh, Oreos. See, I just had some healthy Oreos. They were white. I had some white healthy Oreos. The Lenny and Larry's.
That sounds so racist, but okay.
But it's true. They were white. What you mean? It's the truth.
I'm just being facetious.
Actually, they weren't white. They were yellow.
Okay.
You know? Like the Oreos. They're not, I mean...
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from.
What color is that cookie, Jason? What color is the cookie of the Oreo? How would you describe that?
Sunny side? I don't know.
Sunny side, get yellow bone. No, that Oreo is light skinned. It's light skinned. Anyway,
got a nice little tan to it.
Oh yeah, you know, let it go to Fiji. See what happens.
Sponsorship.
Yeah, they're not sponsoring us, so fuck Fiji. No, I'm just kidding. Fiji can eat a dick. No,
I love you, Fiji. Don't
I
cancel me.
love Fiji too. That bougie water, that bougie scenic water. It's got the scenery on the bottle. In the back, you feel like you was there.
Also a reminder to just stay hydrated, people. Not a lot of y'all drink enough water.
Yeah, me right now, neither. I'm taking a sip so I could be an example.
Gotta get that clear skin, gotta have that good hair. This is not an accident, people.
Yeah, speaking of good hair.
Yeah. I heard that too. That needed to be a drop, Steve.
Steve is in the back. Steve's in the back like, uh-oh.
He's salivating.
It's about to get spicy. Are they about to have a hair off? What does that even mean? What would that even look like? What would a hair off even look like? Will we just shake our, like, will we have to, I already know. It could be like a wet competition, a dry competition.
Waking up competition. I woke up like this.
I woke up like this. Yes.
The process, the products. We're coming up with something right now.
Oh my God, we're gonna make it a show.
Yes.
You already know. We need a beach hair.
Yes.
Competition.
Walk of shame hair.
Walk of shame hair.
Because that is a thing.
It's a thing, you know? It's a thing. Sometimes you gotta FaceTime your friend real quick, like, hey, does it look like
Yeah, that's what happened when I was 20 years old at Rutgers University.
Ooh, sometimes walk of shame. You lost your virginity at Rutgers?
Yes, your alma mater.
What? What I was gonna say is sometimes walk of shame hair looks beautiful. Sometimes, I be coming out like, ooh, yes.
Yeah.
It looks like I was just at that salon. Okay.
Well, I'm actually bullshitting because remember, since we go way back,
Yeah.
I had extremely short hair, it was buzzed all the way down.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so
You look like you work for Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Want to be military or some shit? I don't know.
Yeah.
But no,
Especially because of the uniform. Because of the
Right.
uniform.
Yes.
Jason had to wear a vest working at Maggiano's
Oh my
and
god,
catering.
that fucking monkey suit! I hated it.
You look like you was about to work for Batman. It was cute. It was a good look for you.
No.
I'm traumatizing him.
Vietnam flashback you're giving me right now.
So sorry.
It's okay.
I have that effect on people.
I've been through worse. Trust me.
Trauma mama. No, I'm not trying to traumatize anyone. I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
We've talked about it.
we have.
So, you were saying?
No. So, I guess we can go back to it. I did love the person that I lost my virginity to. She was, honestly, she was the first person that I did love. We were in a relationship, and it was also special because it was both of our first. And we were both late bloomers. Like I was ashamed because I did graduate high school a virgin, but at the end of the day, it happened with the right person at the right time. So there you go.
Isn't that crazy how men are ashamed for not losing their virginities? and girls grow up and they're like, damn, I was actually type young. I should have probably wait. I mean, it was easier for us if we're being honest. That was just, which is a good and a bad. No, it's not a good thing. It's a bad thing.
Well, you also had mediums out there like the movie American Pie, where like the guy's mission in the fucking film is to lose their virginity before prom.
Yeah.
So naturally, you had a whole bunch of guys that wanted to live that lifestyle or felt like that's what you had to do in high school.
Did people make fun of you? Did people know?
I lied. I'll
you were like, oh yeah, I smashed all the time.
Because at the time I did have a girlfriend. It just never happened. So they just naturally assumed that it was with her.
Was she a virgin?
No.
Aha! Okay.
No, she was not.
Why you say it like that? Damn, there's some subtext there. I gotta unpack.
I'm not gonna do it now.
Aye. All right, but you loved her too?
The one that I didn't lose my virginity to, I thought I did, but it was that stupid simple puppy love where like you have your first official girlfriend and then you think that there's gonna be wifey for lifey, but that wasn't the case.
Wifey for lifey, put that on a t-shirt.
Hey,
somebody probably has on Etsy or some shit. Anyway,
right.
They don't sponsor. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I love Etsy. I've got some cute stuff from Etsy. I love that we're talking about this.
I love it too.
This is so random.
That's life between us.
It
Like
is.
whenever we get together, see, this is what's the beautiful thing about this episode right now. They're getting behind the scenes look in front of the camera of what a day in the life is like with the conversation between Jason Enrique and Alana J. Or Alana J and Jason Enrique.
I don't give a shit.
I'll give you top billing because this is your show.
It's all good. It's all good. So when I knew you, you was a V?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because I was like 19, I think, at Maggiano's when we started.
Yeah.
Which means you were how old?
21? Yeah, I was already 21.
So you had just popped that and no. Oh, he just got
I was already a year in because I lost it in 2006 and we started working together in 2007.
Got you.
Yeah.
Just missed it.
But it's ironic how it was at your alma mater.
That is ironic. Yeah, I mean, Rutgers is a great place to be a hoe.
Yeah, that's and
they call it Sluckers, but
no, but no, but the crazy thing is,
I don't subscribe.
But one thing I will give credit to Rutgers though.
If I don't remember, did it happen?
One thing I'll give to credit to Rutgers though, on a personal level, I didn't start college right out of high school. Like when I graduated high school, because I went to high school down in Florida.
Yeah.
I immediately came back up here, and school wasn't really even on my mind. But at the time, I couldn't even think about it because my father was going through some financial trouble, so I naturally had to help him out. I basically had to help start paying rent at a very early age, to help him out financially. And then when I was with my girlfriend at the time, she was going to Rutgers, and
the hoe.
No,
the other one. The one you lost it to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we met in the summer of 2006. We had a great summer, and then it was summer was over. She had to go back down because she was dorming down there.
Yeah.
And when I went there, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt like the biggest loser there simply because I was surrounded by everybody that was doing something with their life, and I haven't even attempted to figure out what I was gonna do with my life or start an education or anything. And it was a huge wake-up call for me. Like, it was devastating in that moment, but I'm so glad that it happened because it made me realize, like, hey, you're not a little boy anymore. You're not even a teenager. You're a grown man. You got to get your shit together. Don't even do it for her because she will leave you if you don't get your shit together. That's my thought process at the time. But this is perfect for you to see that this is you're surrounded by people that are doing and making something out of their lives. So why not you? So I didn't go to Rutgers. I did a couple of years in community college. I was a college dropout, unfortunately. But I will always remember that moment when going to orientation.
Don't judge yourself. Don't judge my friend.
Don't talk about my friend like that.
Don't judge my friend like that.
Right.
Okay. Your journey is your journey, and it's beautiful.
Right.
Okay. I went to Rutgers. I'm still, I guess technically now I'm using my degrees, but I didn't use my degrees for mad long. Just because people went there isn't indicative of like them being ahead of you in life. But I totally understand that.
Right.
Feeling.
Yeah. Ultimately, the point is that was a huge wake up call for me. And that was actually the day that I would say that's where I grew up into be a man. I realized I wasn't a kid anymore. It was time for me to make my mark in the world, and I needed that because I'm one of those people that can be hard headed sometimes. You got to hit me in the head over with a brick to actually get my attention sometimes.
I feel that. I've been hit in the head. I've been concussed, spiritually and emotionally, but not physically. I don't think.
No, let's not.
Maybe one time.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I digress.
Hey.
So Rutgers upgraded your ass.
Yeah.
Partner, let me upgrade you. I was at Rutgers when that album came out. Yeah, that's.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Random. I know. That's beautiful. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that, that's when you started going to community college.
I didn't go right away, but sometime after we broke up because she went to go study abroad, and then the distance just kind of separated us naturally, organically. I just going back to that the best job that I had that I mentioned before in the small interview that you gave me earlier. It was the best job that I had. It was a favorite, but it wasn't. I wasn't going to make a living off that. It was just the perfect job for a 19, 20-year-old that still lived at home with their parents. But it was good for me at the time, and I was very happy. It was the one job that I could think of where I didn't dread going into work every single day. But I felt like I needed to do something with my life, and I'll be honest with you, I was never a school person. That I come to realize that school is not for everybody, and I just happen to be one of those people. But
not traditional, because there's education and there's school.
Right.
There's the institutions, and then there's knowledge.
Right.
Right.
And
like they're not. You don't need one to get the other per se.
Right. And if we're being transparent, I really feel like I only went to college because everybody was telling me that I needed to go, and I felt like that was the thing that I needed to do.
Right.
And
checking a box.
Exactly.
Yeah, me too.
Exactly.
Me too.
And that, along with the fact that I just I couldn't get out of my own way, and some of the classes were difficult, and some of the prerequisites that I thought were unnecessary, me personally. And then also, I didn't have any financial help. Like I didn't get any financial aid or anything like that, so I had to pay that shit out of pocket.
Right.
And when I couldn't afford it, and I just didn't have the time, I just had to drop out, and I never went back. But
yeah, it's like a poverty tax.
Right.
To get educated in this country.
Yeah, but I've been able to pivot, and several years later, I got my CDL, and that's been my 9 to 5 ever since. And it's not too shabby. People that don't even have a college degree or an education can make a great living off of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? I remember meeting a girl in an acting class who was from Australia, and that's what she did for a living in Australia. She was a truck driver. And she was like, dude, in Australia, people respect truck drivers. You are respected out there. And they make a great living. I think she only had to work like half the year. It was a very, like when she was working, the days were quite long. Like the schedule was quite rigorous.
Yeah.
But then I think she literally only worked half the year. And she said, she was like, yeah, in Australia, truck drivers get mad respect. Bartenders get mad respect. You do not fuck with your bartender in Australia. Like, you do not. They're some of the most, service workers are some of the most respected people out there. And I was like, well, damn.
Based on the previous jobs that you and I have, it looks like we should have been in Australia.
I'm saying, because, you just mentioned, like, that the driving job was the only job that you ever had that you didn't dread going to. Like, I genuinely loved serving. Like, I genuinely enjoyed it. I was genuinely great at it. I mean, unfortunately, I think that does create a feedback loop of people pleasing, right? Like it was my job to people please, and then I got a reward for that. And, it can become an addiction, especially like back in the day. I don't know if I'm sure some restaurants still do it, where you get all your cash. You get everything in cash, even your credit card tips. Remember, we were getting even our credit card tips in cash at the end of the night.
Yes.
So we was walking away with straight cash, then going across the street to TGI Fridays and blowing half of it. At least me. I don't know if you participated like that.
Every now and then.
You know what my nickname was at Fridays? That's no longer there. R.I.P. Do you know what my nickname was?
What was it?
Trouble.
I could see that.
I would walk in and they'd be like, oh, Trouble's here. And mind you, I was like 19. I was underage, 19, 20. In hindsight.
Mind you, I also knew you back then as Nunu. That was a nickname of yours.
That wasn't a nickname of mine.
Or somebody
called me that, but that was not a nickname.
Gotcha.
And he called me that to be an asshole. It wasn't like I was on board with him calling me that.
And it looks like we're talking about the same person.
We are talking. I don't remember his name, but this is another one of the dudes that was upset when I got the first employee of the month.
Oh, I see.
Because he was like older and whatnot. But yeah, that wasn't a nickname, but he called me that to be a dick.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could tell you a moment when we worked at the restaurant where somebody was being a dick to me. and I had no defense for it, and I'll explain.
Tell me that. And then at some point, I want to talk about losing my virginity because I forgot that I didn't share that. I know, so random, but this is kind of like all in the same chapter because me and him dated while we were working at Maggiano's.
Right. So there was I don't remember this guy's name, and even if I did, I wouldn't say it. But he comes up to me.
Say his name. No, I'm just kidding.
So he comes up to me.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey Jay," I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? You're Colombian, right?" I'm like, "Why?" And basically, long story short, he was looking to score some coke. And a part of me wanted to be mad, but I know where he could find it. I knew people where he could find this, so it's like I'm fitting into the stereotype.
The Colombian connection.
But yeah, that was a dick move. That was a dick move on his part. Just naturally assuming because I was Colombian that I knew connections, even though I did.
Absolutely. I mean...
Hey y'all, it's your girl Alana J, and I'm here to tell you about all the magic that is happening at Bravery Studios, New Jersey's #1 podcast recording studio. At Bravery Studios, you handle all the talking and they do the rest. That's it. Seriously, all you have to do is show up and shine. Yes, honey, work. With 3 different filming locations, there's a perfect space for every type of podcast. From cozy chats to high-energy shows, Bravery has got you covered. But wait, there's more. Bravery Studios hosts monthly events and podcast gatherings, perfect for networking and connecting with fellow creators. So what are you waiting for? Head over to Bravery Studios and let's make some podcast magic together. Do it. Come on. You know you want to. You know you want to.
When I was working at the restaurant I was working at in Soho, people asked us all the time, like, you know where there are drugs in here? And I did, but I'm like, I'm not about to... you could be a narc. I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, if you've ever worked in a kitchen, chances are that there is a cartel back there. All right? Somebody got the green, somebody got the snow, somebody got the edible, all right? Papi got it.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you need, Papi got it. Although one of the biggest dealers at Maggiano's was a white guy.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. An unsuspecting higher up. Ooh, those were some wild times, dude. Like,
oh my God.
We got to write about it. We need to write about it.
I legitimately felt like when we first started working there, because we first opened the place.
Yeah, we opened. Yeah. And opening a restaurant, let alone, if you guys aren't familiar with, did we say Maggiano's? We had to.
Yeah.
Maggiano's is a family-style Italian restaurant.
Correct.
And it's kind of like a wannabe 5-star restaurant. It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like a wannabe 4-star at this point.
It's owned by the same company that owns Chili's and Applebee's
and Macaroni
and
Grill.
And, which is no longer around. R.I.P.
Yeah. So, it's not? Okay. No. Sleep in peace, bitch. What's going on with me today? I don't know. I kind of like it, though. We a little loopy.
And I love it. Anyway,
yes. Yeah, and opening a restaurant, and it's huge restaurant. There's 4 banquet rooms that I think can accommodate. How many people can fit in that room? What's the max capacity? Like 1,000?
I don't remember, but even though it was 4 rooms, all the walls were retractable, so it could be one huge space.
Right, which could fit. And my sorority, we had an event there, and we filled that whole space. I think like it's hundreds of people.
Yeah,
whatever, and plus the dining room. So it's like a huge operation. It's a huge operation, and we had to wear white shirts. All right.
Well, not me. Because remember, I got hired first as a busboy, which I did not want to do, but I needed a job at that time, and I figured I would just do it until I find a better position.
I didn't remember
or a better
that.
job.
I didn't remember that.
I was all in black. Yes.
Yeah, which made sense because I'm over here. I got marinara on my titty every day. Literally every day, my titty would dip. Because also we didn't have trays at this restaurant. We had to hold these big ass family style porcelain plates. If you were on the floor, these big massive porcelain plates. Yo, let me tell you, this bicep though, because of them plates, I would stack 3 plates, 3 of those big plates on my arm.
Ironically, you use carbs to lift.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I'll just go fuck myself now.
You use all the macros to lift. But, we better have used the damn carbs to do something because I was eating bread like It was I was getting paid for it, which kind of low key we were because we were on the clock and we could have as much bread and soup as we wanted.
I felt like I lived on the bread and the meat sauce every single day.
The bread, the soup. I think we had some minestrone that we could have.
Yeah, it was minestrone, and there was also like some kind of mushroom soup or something like that.
There was a lot of good soups.
I don't fucking remember.
At the end of the night, the eggplant. I remember during training, so we had to try most of the stuff on the menu.
I remember that. I was actually sharing a table with Rosa, your friend.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if she's still around or anything.
I haven't seen Rosa in years.
Shout out to Rosa.
Shout out. So we had to try like everything on the menu, and I'm pretty sure they said be prepared to gain like 5 to 10 pounds this week. I'm pretty sure that they said that.
Pretty much. I mean, I definitely know I packed on the pounds with the rigatoni D. That's for sure.
Rigatoni D. That rigatoni, that rig D though.
That rig D, the slanging that D.
Listen, that D be slanging, hanging.
As the kids say, it slaps.
It slaps. Do they still say that? It changes so fast.
I don't know.
They probably just say it's. That's probably what they say now.
I don't know. I remember I said, as the kids say, cray cray, and somebody pointed out to me, those kids are 30 years old now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Stop. Don't make me feel old. Anyway, so okay. I remember. Do you remember when Fabulous came in?
No, I remember when the girl from the Bronx Tale.
Oh yeah, I served her.
Nice. Okay.
Well, maybe she came in a few times, but there was one time that I served her. I forgot her name.
I also remember
she tipped very well.
I also remember LL Cool J came through one day, but it was around closing time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you the story, but I actually got to chop it up for an hour with Royce the 5'9".
I think you did tell me this story.
Yeah, because I'll share the story real quick. So,
and I got to chop it up with L because that's my cousin's husband. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Royce the 5'9" comes in. He's having lunch with his business partners. I just happen to have 2 of his CDs, and this is the time when people actually bought CDs back then.
Right.
I had his solo album and I had the Slaughterhouse album. I go upstairs. Long story short, I bring him downstairs. I have him sign him. He appreciates it, and after he finishes dinner, lunch I should say, he comes and chops it up with me for an hour at the bar when I was bartending. And this goes ways back because he's sober now. But during this time, this is heavy drinking days. But it was such a good conversation, and I wish I still had that picture that me and him took. It's nowhere to be found, but
It's in your heart.
Yeah, that's my heart and my brain. That's it. But yeah, no, that was a pretty special moment, and I think the coolest celebrity that I ever met there was actually KRS-One.
Oh, when he come in?
He came in a while back. Like I was probably like 2 or 3 years deep in there already, and it was somewhere at nighttime. But I think the coolest thing that he said to me was, because I told him how much I appreciate him for everything that he's done for hip hop and so on and so forth. He was like, "Hey, bro, it's people like you that makes me appreciative of what I do." So that's one of the coolest things a celebrity's ever told me.
You had a Broyce man's.
Yes.
You had a bromance with Royce.
Yeah.
That's
No,
beautiful.
KRS-One.
Oh, KRS-One.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had with both.
Yeah.
This happened with both of them.
Yes.
A nice,
different
beautiful...
times.
Right. That's dope.
But
That's
no,
dope.
but going back, well, first off, before we get to Fabulous, we got to talk about how you lost your virginity. But I guess we can get to Fabulous first, and then
We can talk about that after.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I lost my virginity like everyone does, having sex.
The end. Anyway.
No, but okay, I guess it's funny because me and him, we went to Maggiano's a few times. We would go and take advantage of that employee discount. That's I think we would get 50% off, right?
I thought it was 40.
Whatever.
Either way.
And then we got like 25 at the other spots. And either way. No, but yeah, to backpedal, to backtrack, I was in high school. So I didn't graduate, a fucking loser. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I feel like...
Thank you, Steve.
I feel like similar to college. It was checking a box, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everyone was doing it. I transferred from New York. I grew up in Manhattan until I was 15, moved to Jersey. Right. Transferred to Paramus Catholic, from one of the best high schools in the country to Paramus Catholic, which is not one of the best high schools in the country. So, it was very... it was an adjustment. But I think for me, I was happy to be somewhere that wasn't, where the stakes didn't feel so high, I guess. Nonetheless, and there were boys. Like the school that I went to my freshman year was an all-girl school, you know?
Oh, okay.
So, you know, at this point, like, I got titties now, you know, the guys is looking, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I'm cute, you know? You know, we get some self-esteem, you know? And then you start dating a man and it all goes away. No.
BARS bars.
Anyway, yeah, no, we went to high school together. And it's funny because he was dating, when I first got to PC, he was dating a friend of mine, like one of my first friends at PC.
Okay.
And you know, like I knew, I thought he was cute, but like that was her man. You know what I mean? I wasn't,
Right.
I didn't, you know, I wasn't trying to do nothing, you know? So, but then ultimately they didn't work out, and then we did, and
Hey.
he was my first love. I know we were very young, but like I do believe that we loved each other, you know?
I love that.
Yeah, honestly, it was probably like ideal.
Okay.
It was like an ideal especially for a girl. Because I know I have a lot of friends that have a lot of messed up, technically like non-consensual losing virginity stories.
Unfortunately.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From much older men who, you know, groom them, take advantage, and all of that. So I'm grateful that I had the experience that I had, because we did really love each other. And yeah, it was like textbook coming of age. A scene out of a coming of age movie, really.
Written by Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah, but then I got in trouble because I was lying to my parents about where I was going, and basically they found out that I was going to his house, and I got in trouble and I got grounded, and my mom was like, "We told you." She's gonna be so mad that she doesn't listen. She doesn't listen to the show.
Shout out to Martha.
Shout out, Mom, but I know you're not fucking listening. I'm gonna have her on. I do want to have her on if she'll let me, but I think she's gonna be really shy. We'll see. But nonetheless, she told me, she was like, "We told you we would give you a sweet 16 if you were still sweet," and I was like, "Bitch, what?" I said, "You never." I was literally like, "Mom, you never said that." I was like, "In fact, we have never even talked about sex.
Right.
We never did." You know, like my sex talk with my parents, not even with my mother, because the word sex never came out in conversation between me and my father ever.
Right.
But with my mom, the conversation was with me and my brother. I came home from school one day, and I was in sixth grade, maybe 5th or 6th grade. My brother's a year older, and we came home, and my mom was like, "Why shouldn't you have sex?" That was the start. Why shouldn't you? Right? Why shouldn't you have sex? And my brother was like, "'Cause you could get AIDS." And my mom was like, "True. Why else shouldn't you have sex?"
I have something similar, but keep going.
And I was like, "'Cause you could get pregnant." And then my mom was like, "Guess who's pregnant?" And she revealed that somebody in the family who was very young at the time was pregnant. And that was my sex talk. Like that was it. Like
I never had that conversation with my dad, unfortunately, and either way. But the only kind of conversation I had with my mom at that time, she was going to nursing school at the time, and she was just knee deep in her books and stuff like that. And her idea of having the sex talk with me, I don't know if she had it with my brother or sister, or I don't even care. But when it came to me, her idea of having the sex talk was, look at this. She would show me a book, and there'll be like a picture of like chlamydia or genital herpes or something.
Yum.
And like, that's why you should stay a virgin until you're married.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. These parents just out here slinging trauma, slinging little T traumas. It's like, well, damn.
Yeah,
I remember learning about all the STDs my freshman year, and like I had to do a presentation on one of them.
Yeah, I learned all of that in high school. I mean, I really never had that conversation about the birds and the bees with my parents or anybody in my family, really.
Did you do the condom on the banana thing in high school?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I went to Catholic school, so basically I was taught if you have sex, you'll get chlamydia and die. Shout out to Mean Girls.
Yeah.
That's basically, you know, there was no, and I think that it's taught from a punitive approach. You know, it's taught from a fear-based approach. And that's one of my, when I look back, that's one of my biggest grievances with my education, is because I believe that it is grossly irresponsible to, especially because I went to Catholic school, right? And there were so many rules about what the girls could wear. So many rules.
Right.
We had to have our skirts a certain length. We couldn't have earrings bigger than a certain size. We only could wear certain nail polish colors or no nail polish. You know, all of these things. And the boys had to be shaven. That was the only rule for them. Which was actually, you know, I mean, my brother was like 10, 11 years old, was forced to shave, which like low key kind of violates your body autonomy at that age. Like, why are you making me shave? Because it's only going to get worse if you make me shave. So anyway, but nonetheless, like the extent to which like our bodies were policed in a way at such a young age, you're putting all these rules about what we can do and put on our bodies, but you're not educating us on how to have ownership over our bodies. You know, even just the concept of body autonomy, that wasn't something that I learned until I think after college. You know what I mean? I didn't know what consent was until college.
Right.
And by the time I learned about consent, mine had already been violated numerous times, you know? And I was like, wait a minute. It's interesting, actually, not to get depressing, but, you know, I'm a real bitch. So we're going to talk about this shit if it comes up.
Stop talking about my friend like that.
So thank you. So, I mean, I think it's a good thing that I'm a real ass bitch. Real ass bitch. Give a fuck. Anyway, so. So at Rutgers, they did this presentation, call back to Rutgers. They did this presentation, my orientation weekend or week, whatever it was. It was a drama club that educated on sexual assault via theater.
Right.
So they put on scenes demonstrating situations that were not okay, essentially. And in watching them do this, I was like, I've experienced damn near every one of these situations.
Wow.
That you guys I've experienced every single one of these situations that you guys just performed for us. I couldn't list them right now, but
Right. How triggering was that for you at that time?
I mean, I was a master of compartmentalization and denial, I think. I love, in AA they have not a slogan, but denial. A saying. Denial stands for don't even know I am lying. Don't even know I am lying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And often like the person you lie the most to is yourself.
I could see that.
But I remember being triggered, but also I was so used to not being able to express my feelings and my pain just never being a big enough deal that I just was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to carry this, you know? I didn't even think like maybe I should talk to someone.
Right.
I still took it on as my own. And that's kind of how I've always been, because that's also mostly been the example that's been set. You know, you don't talk about your feelings. You know, you don't talk about your feelings.
I've gone through that. I mean, another example of generational curses.
Right.
You know?
Nobody wants to hear about that. Stop talking about that. And it's just like, well, this is my experience. Why? I mean, to this day, people say things like that to me, like nobody wants to hear that. And it's like, well, I know who wants to hear it. Someone who has been in the same exact position, who doesn't know how to articulate their feelings as well as I do. That's who wants to hear it.
Right.
That's why I share vulnerable things. That's why I share vulnerable things on the internet. That's why I like to share vulnerable things on the show, is because 9 times out of 10, someone, even if it's one person, will reach out to me and tell me, I had no idea that was how I felt until you expressed it that way.
Right. And that's one of the reasons why I started my podcast as well.
Yeah.
And I'll even give you an example of that same kind of feeling about like nobody wants to hear what you have to say, or they'll judge you on it, even worse. So I actually was going through a rough time in my life a couple of years ago, and my brother knew that I wasn't doing well mentally, and he had some free time, so he took it upon himself to come visit me. And I thought it was very nice. But then afterwards, we had to come around to that conversation where he wanted to know what was going on. Because I honestly feel like the family sent him there, as weird as that sounds, to like they figure that if there's anybody that's going to get out of whatever's going on in Jason's mind, you know, it'll be Fernando. It'll be your brother, you know?
Yeah.
So we finally get to that conversation, and long story short, I was basically explaining to him about the time that I almost attempted to take my own life.
Wow.
And instead of actually being sympathetic and empathetic and all that other good stuff, and trying to understand where I'm coming from, he actually was extremely angry at me. He was so angry at me and disappointed at the point that where he was willing to buy an airplane ticket earlier than expected just so he could just leave, because he just felt like, bro, I'm so disgusted and disappointed and disgraced with you right now. I don't even know what to say. I'm just so filled with rage that I don't even want to look at you right now.
Yeah.
And so that was actually a moment where I felt like, well, then who the fuck can I talk to? I mean, I'm talking to the person that I grew up with all of my life, and even he's, passing this judgment on me.
Yeah.
And luckily
I can relate to that.
Yeah, and
very
luckily I
much.
was able to get out of that, and that's why I'm so thankful for this platform and podcasting in general, because me being able to share with the rest of the world and just seeing if anybody could listen to it or it was willing to hear me out. The amount of people that have reached out to me since, people that I've never heard of before or come from places that I never even set foot in. I remember when I talked about the same story on somebody else's podcast, and some guy on Twitter who lived all the way in Las Vegas. I never stepped foot in Vegas ever in my life, at least not yet.
Yeah.
And he heard my story and he felt the exact same way, and he was so glad that he had somebody that could resonate and talk to about that, and felt like, okay, you were open and honest about that. I don't know anybody else that I could, that I could listen to and hear out and feel that they felt the same way that I did. And that was extremely cathartic for me. And I think that was one of the reasons why I felt like I had to keep this message going with my social media and on my podcast and so on and so forth. And I feel like that's part of one of the reasons why I'm here on this earth after all.
Yeah.
As corny as that may sound, but no, I really truly believe that, because I don't think anybody should be silenced, male, female, whatever. And that's why I'm always never going to shun anybody away. I'm always going to lend an ear to listen to, even if that's all you need. It's just somebody to listen to.
1000% makes it. Yes, thank you, Steve knew. Steve knew the cue. He knew what to do.
Steve
thank
knows.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And
thank you for listening.
It's true. Like, it's definitely true. And that's something that I'm still kind of struggling with having. Look, at the end of the day, nobody really owes us anything.
Right.
And that's something I have to remind myself constantly, especially when it comes to my family. Like, there are certain relationships that I want to be a certain way that I have to accept are never going to be the way that I want them to be. It sucks and it hurts, but, expectations are directly proportional to disappointment. And if you have no expectations, you cannot be disappointed. And even sometimes having the worst expectations is sometimes better. You know what I mean? That way somebody can impress you, or surprise you. But anyway, don't do that. I'm not saying that that's a mantra you should live by. But yeah, it can be challenging when the people who should have your back just actually add on to the trauma that you're trying to express or heal from. And I don't know, there's got to be some sort of psychology behind that with family. But, I'm not qualified to unpack that. But I have had the same experience. And, just know that sometimes we have our blood family, but we can also choose our family. Yeah. And I've definitely been blessed to have been able to choose some awesome brothers and sisters, okay? And so can you.
And I just want to add this as well, and I think I've talked to you about this, but I'll also share with the audience as well. As obviously we go way back in the day, early 2000s, late 2000s, I should say, and I always knew you a certain way because we've never been this close as we are now. So I had a little bit of, for lack of a better term, preconceived notions about who you are and what you were about, and you were a different person back then.
Yeah.
We all were different back then.
Right.
But
I mean, everybody has preconceived notions, but yes.
But a lot of it was also positive. I mean, I always looked at you as this person that was extremely bubbly and always was a joy to be around, always funny. You're still hilarious to this day and so on and so forth. But as I got to know you, I've noticed more that there's so much depth in you and so much layers to you. And it seems like every time we talk, I'm finding out more and more about you, and I'm having a better understanding of where you come from. And I actually feel very fortunate because I never thought that I would be ever in a position to be graced in a company of like somebody of your caliber, and I'm just really grateful for it. And I see how much human depth you have, and it's no wonder to me now how I know that you are destined for great things, and everything that you've gone through is just a microcosm of how you've been able to develop your talent, and you are like no other human being I've ever met. And that mean that in the most positive way. And I'm just very grateful that I have opportunities to meet people such as yourself. And like I said, I love you, Alana. You're my sister.
I paid him to say that. I paid him to say
The check cleared. The check cleared.
It did. Thank you for letting me know. Well,
yeah.
Now that I'm all misty, we do have to wrap up.
Yeah.
So, on that note, what would you name this chapter of your life if you were writing your memoir? Did we do this one already last time?
No.
Okay. So, yes. Yay! If you were writing your memoir right now, Jason, what would you name this chapter and why?
The redemption. The redemption, because I will say from summer of 2023 up until October of 2024, this year, I have dealt with a number of things that I haven't really talked about with a lot of people because I'm still trying to be comfortable in my own skin and talking about it. But the way I'll contextualize it is I have, in this past year or so, I have gone through eviction, I've gone through repossession, I've gone through deception, I've gone through backstab, I've gone through other things that I can't think of right now. But you know what? I'm starting to feel a whole lot better. I've been able to overcome all of those stuff. I'm smiling a lot more than ever now. So I feel like rightfully so. I've been through deception. I've been through eviction, repossession, deception. But now I'm at the redemption.
Woo! Redemption song. That's Jason's redemption song. And I love that. I'm on that tip with you too. This year almost took me out. I'm not gonna lie to you. This year almost took me the fuck out. But I have stayed strong. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna join you in your chapter. All right. And then we did this one last time, but maybe you have a new one.
Because the worst thing that could ever happen to you is it won't work out, but it's not going to defeat you. Things may be difficult, but not everything is impossible. So just show up.
Act up. Show up. And we up and get it together. No, we are getting it together. Jason Enrique, thank you so much for being here with me this evening. We're about to go eat something, probably a tuna melt with sweet potato fries.
Hey.
We're going to find out. I'll keep you updated on whether or not that was the meal. Let them know where they can follow you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at I am Jason Enrique on all social media platforms. Don't forget to like, subscribe on YouTube at Jason Enrique. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Alana J, for having me. Believe me, the honor was all mine being here on Act Up with Alana J. Like and subscribe. Smash that button. Smash it.
Smash it. And on that note, you know where I'm at. AlanaJ.tv. Act Up with AJ. Love you. Mean it. Besos. 1.